Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Oh, if we can get situated here, this camera is all wonky. There we go. I have a Zeep bath haul today with this glass of red wine that I've literally been sipping on for the past hour. So yeah, I'm just gonna continue to enjoy that while I balance out this camera. You would think that my phone is the one that's been drinking the wine because honestly, why can't we get settled here? This is the most awkward balancing act ever. Okay, that should be good. So Zeep bath, let me take all the wax out. That makes sense. But to show you the packaging. So I wanna show you how it was delivered, as always, because Zeep packaging just kills me every time. And it's so worth showing you. So I got the Big Daddy box this time because I ordered a lot. So it comes with the flamingo wrapping, the thank you. And I believe this is in Dutch because Zeep is in Dutch, I think. So yeah, so the flamingos, which is adorable. And then when you open it up, you have all your waxy goodies there. You have the white Easter grass. And then this checklist card. So thank you, sweets, enjoy, XO the Zeep team. And then they have their check off list. And that's it. So super cute. I love that she's bringing in more colorful tissue paper because for a while everything was very black and white. And I can appreciate black and white, but this pop of pink and the flamingos and then her classic logo and design, I'm really, really digging. So I'm really excited that she's playing around with her packaging a little bit more because she's so creative and she always makes everything look so cute, and I love when it shows in your order. So hold on, taking a sip. And by the way, oh jeez, here we go. Did you see my tarp on top of the roof? We have a leak in our roof. It's wonderful. I never drink red wine ever. And I go upstairs and I see myself in the mirror and literally my lips, my tongue, my teeth, everything is stained, and I don't understand. I mean, it's lovely. I love a glass of red wine. It relaxes you, chills you out. I have a really busy week this week, and it's Wednesday, so I said, you know what? I'm gonna just pour a glass of wine, watch American Horror Story, and just chill. But my whole mouth is stained. Those of you who drink red wine out, how? How? What if you're on a date, what do you do? I mean, I've been with my husband 11 years and I would be mortified if we were out in public and I look like I did right now and he's just ew. Anyway, this is why I just drink white. So on to the order. We'll start with the sample. So the sample that I got is Harper, come here. It is flamingarang, and this is a very, very lemony scent. So I'm going to give this to a friend of mine who really loves citrus scents like lemon, lime. I'm sure she will love this one. I used to really enjoy lemon, and it was a very short-lived phase of mine. I burnt myself out on it very quickly. So yeah, I'm gonna pass this along to my friend. I have a feeling she's really gonna enjoy it because like I said, she loves citrus scents. And anytime I get something that's lemon, lime, citrusy, and I don't like it, she always loves it and is happy to take it, so yeah. So like I said, I got the Big Daddy shipping box, and that is because I ordered one of these guys. And I feel whenever I order body care, I always get it in a bigger box. I also got the bigger chunks of wax, like these pie slices. So it was a hefty order. I don't mind paying for shipping, and I don't mind, I was watching Kim Hart's Organizing's video, and she had mentioned something about Zeep being expensive per ounce and how she didn't agree with that with it being a newer vendor, and I don't agree with that at all. And I love Kim, I'm not throwing any shade whatsoever. And I thought her point was actually really interesting. A lot of other vendors start lower and work their way up to a higher price point per ounce. But I guess because I was really drawn to Zeep's aesthetic, so I started following her on Instagram way early on when she first started, and I saw how hard this girl was working. And I remember back when she first started, she posted a picture of her at a West Elm or something. She was doing local craft fairs and craft shows. So it's not she was just in the vendor wax world. She was literally out and about in her community and trying to make this name and this business for herself. And I've said this before, I'm a big advocate of a girl boss and like women kicking ass and women owning their own companies and doing their own thing. I think it's fucking amazing. I think there's nothing cooler than that. And so I guess my take on it would be like the flip side of the coin and being like, well, fuck the vendor community. Like what does that mean about anything? The wax community. Why would she have to earn her keep? She's doing her own thing. The wax community is just a part of it. And I just saw a girl like working her ass off and the time that she spent, because her stuff was even like, you think something like this now is detailed? Like I feel like it was even tenfold when she first started. Like all of her labels were different. Like now they're all the same, right? With the writing just on what the scent is. But before that, they all had like images and pictures. Every label was different. Every one of those note cards that you get was different. They were all choreographed to the season, to the month, to the restock, as was the Easter grass and the tissue paper and the packaging. She was just putting in so much time, and you could tell how hard she was working. And I feel like all of that 100,000% goes into the price point per ounce, per product, whatever. And I guess that's why I was never like, oh, it's expensive. Oh, it's too much. And then once I tried her product, it was phenomenal and it performed as well as anybody else who's on a pricier point. So I was more than happy to support her. That's just my take on it. And like Kim, if you're watching, I'm sorry if that comes off offensive in any way. Of course, that's never my intention. I found it interesting because when Kim put it out there in that video, I was like, wow, I never thought of it that way. I just never did. I thought of it in the way that I explained, and it was interesting to see someone else's side. So for anyone who was like watching both videos, I just wanted to give my side of the coin, because I mean, I would be the first one to bitch about pricing, shipping, etc., etc. But if I think a product is quality and I support the person behind it and what they're doing, and I think my money is going to a great place, I'm not gonna say shit. I'm more than happy to support it. I mean, you can overcharge. If you're putting the love into it, take all my money. I don't care. And I guess it's because I do like crafty, artsy type work on the side. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but I do chalkboard art for restaurants, for weddings, etc. And you know, a lot of times I get these brides who want a custom-made chalkboard and they want it to be handmade, and they've seen my work and they're like, I want you to do this, yada yada. And I give them my price point, which is not cheap because it takes a shitload of time, and my time is money. And I'll give them their estimate and they're like, okay, no. And they ghost me and they don't want to pay it, or they talk shit and they say I can get it cheaper on Etsy. Of course you can get it cheaper on Etsy. If someone's printing out a print and putting it on a piece of black cardstock, whatever it is, to make it, it's a big difference than someone taking the time to hand draw it. So I guess I just see things from a different set of eyes because of what I do. And I view this as creative and artistic, and someone using their talents. Like, I could never think of putting these scent notes together. My nose doesn't work that way. Like, even with like Rose Girl's mini melters, I can't create my own blends. I can only buy mini melters for blends that I know exist. And how she like makes these look swirly and beautiful. Like, that's an art to me. That takes time, that takes effort. So yeah, if the price point is high, of course I'm gonna pay it. It's not like she's just throwing this shit into a plastic cup. She's really taking the time to make it beautiful for you, for the consumer, to enjoy it, for it to be aesthetically pleasing, both to your eye, to your nose, and when you like put it on your skin and use it or melt it and smell it. And I appreciate that. And so I'm sorry to go on that like 10 minute tangent, but I don't know. I guess I've been thinking about it and I wanted to get it out there. So anyway, I did buy a sugar scrub. Now I've said before, well, a sugar whip, that a lot of vendor sugar scrubs really irritate my skin because my skin is crazy sensitive, and a lot of times things with an exfoliant that like cut your skin a little bit, that have a fragrance, once the fragrance gets into that fine cut, it actually makes me break out in hives. So I got this for two parts. One, I wanted to try the sugar whip because it seemed like it would be, and it still does, less abrasive than the sugar scrub. And as you can tell, this is almost like the consistency of her whip soap with a little bit of like granular in there. And it's not as rough as the sugar scrub is. So I wanted to try it because her whip soap does not irritate my skin whatsoever. I love her whip soap. I like am obsessed with it. And her shower butter, like those are fantastic. So I wanted to try this and see if maybe it wouldn't irritate me as much because it is a softer exfoliant. And then on the flip side, when I told my husband, because I had a couple of Zeep sugar scrubs, I had one super tart sugar scrub, and I had a Candy Panda sugar scrub. And I told him, because they were sitting in there and we were in the shower one night, and he's like, these are sitting here, you never use them. And I was like, babe, they like give me a rash. So he tried them and he's obsessed with these smells. And I know that's like not very masculine, and he would probably be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like saying this on a public video. But he like loves these smells. It's not like if they linger on his skin, he's still gonna like wear cologne, whatever. It's not like he's gonna walk around smelling like this. I don't think he would care either way though. But he like loves these smells. Like it smells good. Like who doesn't love like a beautiful, fruity, girly fragrance? So he'll use them in the shower, and he's obsessed with the Zeep scrubs. They're hands down his favorite. So I got this for the both of us. This is Malibu Barbie, and I think it's pink sugar and pineapple. I don't know if it says on here. I'm like 90% sure it's pink sugar and pineapple. Oh, it just smells like pineapple. And he loves like pina colada scents. So I figured this would be perfect for him. I love that it's called Malibu Barbie, and I'm like, here, babe. So I got this for him, but also for myself to just see how it is with me. And I don't know, I'm really excited to try it, and I will definitely keep you posted. I mean, I'm sure it won't be till it empties and you won't see it for a while, but and I love these tin lids. They're really cute. But yeah, I'm gonna give this a try. And like I said, if it doesn't work for me, there is someone in this family who will be thrilled to have that to himself. So the next thing I got was County Fair, and this is one of my favorite carnival scents. I don't know why, hers is just so ridiculously good. I think because it's so heavy on the apple, and I've mentioned this before, when it comes to carnival scents, I am like apple, apple, apple. Like you cannot be more heavy on the MAC apple. That is just my favorite. I love the fresh apple scent to it. And that's really what hers is. You are hit with that apple note first and foremost. And even when it melts, and it's just so ridiculously good. So here's the pie slice. It's adorable as can be. Oh my God, I'm smelling the bag. So like you get the apple first, but you also get the kettle corn, the funnel cake, just everything. It's so amazing. And look at this with the glitter on top, the star, this blob of goodness. I can't take these. I love these pie slices. I am such a sucker for these. Like, honestly, I could probably hate the scent and I would still want to get it just because I think these are the cutest things ever. And I love how this goes such a long way. Like, literally, her wax is really strong. You don't need so much. Also, I use 2 warmers per room, so I guess like what's a little bit for me, some people may use that much in 1 warmer. Anyway, yeah, I'm obsessed. And this scent, it's just everything. It's one of the hands down best carnival scents out there. And speaking of best scents ever, I was so excited when I saw this came back because I lost my shit over this scent last year. And when I saw that Ashley poured it again, I was like, yes, like come to mama. I need this in my life again. And it is Wine Country. And I would have gotten more of these, but as you guys know, I am a seasonal melter. And this is one of those scents that's like September only for me. So I really didn't need more than 2 flowers because I'm not gonna melt this again until next year. I'll get my like one-time use out of it. This is like 8 melts for me. And then that's it. I won't need it till next year. So that's why I only got 1. I just don't believe in like having an abundance of things. Not that I'm a minimalist by any means, but in a sense, I guess I am. Like I like to buy just what I know I'm gonna use and enjoy and not like hoard multiples of things. I've just never been like that. So this is Fig, Pear, White Musk, and Chardonnay. And this is so woodsy and oaky. And I said this last year when I got this, that this reminded me of one of the candles from the Bath & Body Works Cork and Vine collection. I think it was like the Napa Valley one, but it smells literally like the oak barrel. Like when Dan and I were in Napa in California and we were at this winery, and it was like an underground and you're just walking around the oak barrels, like literally that's what this smells like. It takes me right back to Napa. And I was in Napa in, was it September or October? I think it was October. It was either end of September or early October, somewhere in there. And that's like literally what it takes me back to. And this is just the perfect melt for like a brisk like September evening, like after it's been like warm during the day, but it's a little breezy at night. It's not quite fall yet. It could technically still be summer, and you're sitting there with a glass like this, like just relaxing. And now we got a fire pit in our backyard, and I can just see myself like outside at the fire pit, drinking a glass of red wine, coming inside, and literally my home smelling like Napa Valley. And I just, like it just brings me to my happy place just at the thought. And even though it's so like oaky and woodsy, there's still this, I guess like wine note, because I don't want to say fruity because it's not necessarily a fruity scent. It really smells like when I was in Napa and they were like, you know, turning the barrels on and pouring you wine to taste straight from the barrel. Like that's just what this reminds me of. The name couldn't be more perfect. Oh my God. And like the fig gives it a little bit of earthiness. It's an amazing, amazing scent. I mean, if you liked anything from Cork and Vine, I would say try it. It's definitely a more grown up type of scent. It's not like your typical fruity, fizzy, etc. But it's luscious. It's just relaxing. It's perfection. It's just fall. It's everything. So next I got unicorn cake, which again, the pie slice, and I had this once before. She poured this last year, and I had saved this for January because for whatever reason, I like pomegranate and like berry scents as like a winter to spring transition. I don't know. And I'm not sure what I'm gonna save this for. I may start this in the fall, I may finish it in the spring. We'll see, but either way, it's freaking adorable. I love the tricolors here. And these colors are just so juicy and like perfect with the scent description. And again, this like adorable little cloud of like puffy wax, the star, which got a little mangled in the heat as it was being delivered. But just so beautiful. I love this thing. And the scent, it's so juicy. It's so girly. It's so fruity. I just love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. You really can get that mandarin orange. Almost gives it like a slight creamsicle vibe because of the vanilla cake that's in it. So think like creamsicle, cake, creamy vanilla, and like a hint of pomegranate. Holy shit, is it good. It is so good. And my husband hates all things berry, and he liked that one, which is shocking because typically like anything with a berry in it, he's like, get it out of my face, but he really enjoyed that one. So I'm really excited to melt it. I'm really, really hella excited to melt this county fair though. Like, and going off on county fair, here's some more like end of August, early September, summer, fall transitional scents. So first up is American Pie. And I had this last year and I just knew I couldn't be without it again this time of year, this summer to fall transition. I'm not a big blueberry person. I used to be. I've definitely burnt out on it. But because of the Mac apple in this, it really takes over. And the blueberry just kind of lends a sweetness to the whole blend. And then you get that vanilla ice cream and it's just, oh, it's so good. I mean, you have to be a Mac apple lover to love this. And that's what I am. And I'm obsessed. But oh, it is so good. It is so good. It is so fresh and bright. Like it's one of those scents that can kind of scream fall, but like I could be outside at the pool and like walk into my house and be like, ah, it still smells like summer. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It lends itself well to both seasons and I really appreciate that. And finally in this haul is Ferris wheel, and it's kettle corn and saltwater taffy. And when I got this in the county fair or the circus carnival sampler, whatever it was, I wasn't sure how I was gonna feel about this because typically I don't like love saltwater taffy. I mean, I like it, but it's not something I go out of my way for. But if it happens to land in my lap, yes, I'll melt it. And then kettle corn is usually like absolutely not. I only like popcorn when it's mixed with caramel apple, which clearly this doesn't have. But for whatever reason, when I smelled this from the sampler, I was like, holy shit, this is so good. So I knew I needed it in a bigger quantity, and here it is. How stinking cute. So again, a little melted in transit, but oh, I just love this. So cute. Oh, and it just, you could eat this. It really reminds me of the boardwalk at the Jersey Shore. I grew up going to Cape May on the Jersey Shore, and I don't know, this just takes me back to the boardwalk there, like where you see the saltwater taffy like being pulled in the window, and I don't know, it takes me back to like the boardwalk of my childhood, and I really love this scent. So that is my small but mighty Zeep bath haul. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.